It's been 2 weeks since I bought that Noru leather riding pants, and I've been out riding with them. I've got a few things I've learned about I want to share with you, so stick around. As a general rule of thumb on my channel, I do an initial impression review, a 6-month impression review, and a 12-month ownership review. Unfortunately, these pants are too hot to wear during the summer, and it's summer down here in Alabama, and I discovered that if it's above 85 degrees and the sun's shining, you're not gonna be able to wear these pants. They're just too hot. Now, I was hoping that the ventilation that was built in was gonna do it, was gonna give us enough ventilation so that we didn't have to worry about being too hot, but it doesn't work. The ventilation is not good enough to get enough airflow through the pants to where you're gonna be able to wear them when it's really hot and the sun's shining. Now, that doesn't mean that they might not be good winter riding pants, okay? They're certainly not summer riding pants. I can't recommend that. But these might work really well for winter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna postpone my 6-month review until we have our first cold front, and then I'll do a 6-month review for winter riding of these pants right here. Now, what else did I learn? Well, it has armor in the knees, okay? This is the armor, okay? And it does have a rating embossed in the back, but honestly, it claims it's CE level 1. And I really don't want that low level of a protection. So I went to Cycle Gear and I bought some Axial CE level 2 armor for the knees. Both knees cost $30, okay? Very flexible, and as you can see, they're ventilated. Not there's any air gonna come through that, but they are ventilated, and they do wear very comfortably. I mean, you can't even tell they're in there when you put them in. One of the downsides of this pair of pants is that there's no hip protectors. Now, I could sew some in, and I'll be thinking about that over the next few months, and then just buy another set of the hip protectors from Cycle Gear and put hip protection in it. Another thing is there's no rating tag of these, so we do not know what the abrasion rating is. Now, as you know, CE abrasion rating is A, AA, and AAA. As a general rule of thumb, leather is generally rated at least AA, sometimes AAA. So I'm pretty confident that the leather itself could survive abrasion. The problem is the stitching. If the stitching fails while you're sliding them down the road, and that seam comes open and exposes your skin, it doesn't matter what the abrasion rating of the leather is because it's not there. So we're gonna assume that the seams look good, but they're not tested, so I can't say that they're CE rated. The leather itself, I'm pretty confident I'd get at least a AA abrasion rating out of it. The second thing I found out is that I'm not real happy with the way they fit when you're on the bike. Now, when you're standing, like you've got blue jeans on, they fit great. But when you get on the bike, they bunch up right up here in the thigh area. And it squeezes, and it isn't quite right. It isn't comfortable. Also, the pants are cut very baggy. The things can move around. The CE armor can move around because the legs of the pants move around. Now, that may be a consequence of my size. These are 42s, and when you buy a pair of 42s, they fit in the waist, but they're baggy, and that might be my fault. Another issue you run into, and one of the viewers called me about this, is will the legs fit over your boots? Are these boot cut? And I have not found that is a possibility. These legs, when you zip them up, are very narrow and tight around your ankles, so you have to actually wear these inside your boots. If that's not a look you like, then this isn't for you. I don't mind putting them in the boots, that 6.5 dozen the other, but these pants are not gonna go over your boots, particularly if you have some fairly large boots with uppers. So what are my final conclusions? Well, we can't wear them for summer, so we're gonna make these winter riding pants. I'm going to postpone the 6-month review until the fall, and we'll have a 6-month review over the winter of how well they work. I hope that as I wear them more, they will conform and break in better so they're not uncomfortable. At this point, they're a little uncomfortable to wear, and I suppose the heat's not helping that either. I am looking at an alternative. I mean, it's summer. We've got to have some summer riding pants. Where are we going to get those? Well, there's a company called Brawler, and I've been looking at their website. They have a set of pants that have both CE level 2 armor in the hips and the knees, and they claim the garment is rated, has been tested and rated at a AAA abrasion. They have Kevlar fiber woven in with the outer fiber of the shell. So I'm going to buy a pair of those. I called them and see that they would donate the pair for evaluation. They said, no, they ain't going to do that. Okay, that's fine. I'll pay for them out of my own money, but that's $200. Okay, those are expensive. They're double the price of these. However, when you consider you've got both knee and hip armor at CE2 level, the hip armor has got to be a lot of that expense. And it's abrasion rated, and it has been certified by a legitimate lab, so the entire garment will be rated at AAA. So that's about as safe as you're going to get. Additionally, they claim that their pants will flow air. They have several versions. One's conventional, looks like blue jeans, and the other one looks like blue jeans, but it has a airflow system in it. I'm not quite sure which one of those I'm going to buy yet, but I will get them here in the next few days. I'll do an initial impression review, and we'll do a 6-month summer riding jeans review. So stick with me, and until next time, you ride safe, and I'll see you down the road.